Hi, my name is Dustin Spencer, and I wanted to come out and give a little explanation over some of the fundraising that I've been trying to do. It's the most trying time of my life. I've had a very horrible time um, since the beginning of 2024. So, to begin with, I took care of my mother um, in the last 4 years of her life. That's why I like Asmongold so much. It's because me and him did the same thing. I took care of my mother. I took care of her pills. I took care of her meals. I took care of her doctor's appointments. This is my cat, by the way. That's Max. He's my life. He's the only thing I have in my life that I really, truly love. Outside of, certain things. But anyway, getting back to it, I love Asmongold because he took care of his mother, and I did that too. I took care of my mother for 4 years. I took care of everything that she needed, and my family, the extended families, grew to resent me because of it. They didn't understand the situation, and they didn't want to, so they didn't visit, they didn't do anything. All they did was criticize what they could have done. Fuzzy. But I did my best and I kept her alive. When they said that she was only supposed to be alive for 16 months, we stayed going for 4 years and she wasn't in pain. She died suddenly when she had a heart attack after her heart gave out because of the lack of oxygen. She was running at only 40% oxygen for a long time, and we would do our best to try to get that going, but we couldn't. When that happened, my whole family turned on me. They didn't bother to help with the elder in my family. They didn't bother to help anybody but themselves. They ignored her. They refused to do anything for her. I asked to get some help from them. They said it was too much and proceeded to ignore us. For years, they wouldn't visit. They visited maybe 3 times while she was sick. And that was pretty much it. That was at the end of... She died on October 31st at 7 p.m. on 2019. From that moment, my life has been just utter ridiculous nonsense. I don't have a criminal record. I have never done anything wrong in my life. I've been a good person. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I smoke cannabis when I can, and I work in the cannabis sector here in Canada as a licensed qualified cannabis worker. But I don't do quite a bit outside of that other than gaming. I'm a huge gamer, and I do love to try to Twitch and live stream, as much as I can. Although I haven't put my personality out there. I should. I know. I'm a little shy about it, and even with all of this, I didn't really want to do this. But I have nowhere else to turn to, so... A few years after, right after actually, I should start with my mother dying, COVID hit. And when COVID hit, everything was turned up for 2 years. I lived with my great uncle in the same house that I grew up in. He was like my dad. I was his sister, and I was taking care of him to a tiny degree, but I had told him already I didn't want to waste any more time taking care of him when he wasn't sick. He was old, but he wasn't ill. He was fine. He used to take the bus every day and walk to the store and go to bingo all the time and go to the casino and movies. He used to be very active. So there was no reason for me to take care of him. And so he didn't, and I started working back into the cannabis industry when I could. Well, let's flash forward to this last year. A year and a half ago, I told my great uncle that I wouldn't live in this house anymore unless I had a rental agreement and a will that gave me the house when he died. The reason being is because my mother always wanted that will. She always wanted to give it to me. My grandfather wanted to give it to me. My grandmother wanted to give it to me. Everybody did. Not just for what I did for my mom, but because I grew up in this house. All of my tax records are here. I've lived here my whole life. These were my family, my parents. Well, I did. I got a will. And he signed it. It wasn't right the first time. It was just his handwritten thing, and that wouldn't do. And then I told him he had to go to a lawyer. He wouldn't go to a lawyer. So he asked Brian Pelche and Lori Pelche. One of them is my cousin, and he lives here, and the other is his ex-wife. They wrote up the will. They signed and witnessed it. In the will, it states that I get the house. And then my uncle died. In July, he got sick early in the month. And nobody really knew what was going on. And then 3 weeks later, I had to call the hospital. And they came to pick him up in an ambulance. And he had lung cancer. And it had spread to his brain. So within the week, they planned chemo. And the chemo didn't take, and he had a stroke, and then he passed away. After that, the shit show has started. Larry Spencer, his brother, at the funeral parlor, no less, started a fight with me. He was angry that he didn't get anything other than an insurance policy, and I got the house, even though he's never lived in this house a day in his life. He has no claim to the house whatsoever. He's also got his own issues of fraudulently pretending to be native. He's not actually native, and he's pretending. That's illegal, I know. I tried to report him. There's no framework for that in Canada. You try, and no one will do anything. Even if you have proof, you know where to tell them. You know that it's a crime, that it's a legitimate, actual crime, that people are taking advantage of the system. It doesn't matter. It's not important. What's important is you don't say anything, and you just let those people rip off the government. I tried with the RCMP, I tried with the police service here, the local police service. Neither one of them would do anything. I need a lawyer to do all that. Again, that's going to become a common theme. I'm very poor. I wasn't able to acquire a lot of wealth when I had to take care of my mother in the prime of my life. And before then, I had went through a bunch of turmoil with my biological mother dying. So I didn't get a chance to get $1 million. In fact, I've had a hard time getting any money at all because I'm native as well. I've already got that going against me. So at the funeral parlor, Larry started a fight with me and stole the will. I have yet to see the will as of right now. He has basically tried, or I don't even know, he probably has succeeded in nullifying my will. And he's trying to steal the property for himself, claiming that he's the next of kin, so the next of kin should get it. When in fact, I'm supposed to get it. I was supposed to literally get it. There's literal things. So, my fundraiser is to try to help me, try to keep me alive, because I'm about to be homeless with no hope. I'm going to lose my home because of theft, because people feel like in my family, that they were slighted and they're going to illegally steal my property. But I have no defense. I have no way of defending it. None whatsoever. I don't have any money. I don't even have enough money to go get milk right now. And that's why they're taking advantage of me. If I had a lawyer, I would be able to fight all of this and keep it from happening. But I can't. So I've tried to get a fundraiser going so that I can try to get enough money to save my house, the house that I was pretty much born in and that I grew up in, and that I'm getting stolen because they're so greedy and so disgusting, these people. They know what they're doing is evil. So I play my guitar. I do my best to try to give you as much information as I can. I'm hoping that this video reaches someone with some compassion, or a lawyer that's in Canada that can help, someone that can help save my family home. It's the last thing that there's nobody left. These people are extended family. They didn't even do anything. They're literally stealing, and I have no way of stopping them. The only thing I can do is sit back and watch and try my best to get some assistance for any of the issues that I have, and that's it. So I hope this reaches somebody with a compassionate ear. I don't know where else to turn. My house is going away. My cat and I are going to be homeless. And if you have a heart, you can change that. Thank you.